What the hell? Deontay Wilder splits with Mark Breland. Who thought this was really going to happen? Deontay Wilder, I repeat, splits with Mark Breland, parting ways. Deontay Wilder no longer working with Mark Breland. What the hell is going on out here? Deontay Wilder, obviously, as we all know, lost to Tyson Fury in the rematch. Mark Breland threw in the towel. Fight was over. Deontay Wilder visibly in the ring. I wanted the camera to stay on Deontay Wilder so I could see what he was actually telling Mark Breland. But obviously they're cutting away from him, so we never really knew what he was telling Mark Breland. But you could visibly see in his face, like, why did you stop me, man? I think they even caught it, they lip read him. What did he say? He said something like, why did you do that? Those are the words of Deontay Wilder, to Mark Breland after the fight. Mark Breland was telling him, listen, your ear is busted, mate. Bleeding from the ear, bashed up, lumps on his face. He's saying, listen, let's live to fight another day. You have another opportunity, to fight. There's going to be a trilogy. We know we've got that in the deal. Deontay Wilder's like, no, why did you stop me? Why did you stop me? And then after, there was rumors going around that he might fire Mark Breland. Jay Diaz was even, going against Mark Breland. So even Tyson Fury was even coming out talking about, I'll take Mark Breland into my team, because obviously Mark Breland was a Kronk fighter. So even he thought, I'll bring him into my squad. Just to, if you're going to sack Mark Breland, I'm going to bring him in. That's what Tyson Fury was saying. Then it kind of died down. So we didn't even really hear about Mark Breland anymore. So it was kind of solidified. I think Wilder even said that he's not even going to change his team. Obviously, he did mention might bring in Foreman and another trainer. Is Foreman another trainer going to replace Mark Breland? Even Floyd Mayweather has been jumping on the bandwagon too. Is Floyd Mayweather going to come in and potentially, replace Mark Breland? We have to wait and see what happens. Like, subscribe, share this video, do all that good stuff. Jab that like button, jab that subscribe button. What do you think about Deontay Wilder? Parting ways, firing, getting rid of Mark Breland. Is this guy, because you have to look at it. Mark Breland's been with Deontay Wilder from like the very beginning. He's one of the few trustworthy guys in the camp. He's the only guy that looked out for Deontay Wilder's health. Because Deontay Wilder could have been knocked out in devastating fashion by Tyson Fury if he kept taking shots like that, taking damage, taking punishment. Could Deontay Wilder found the right hand if they allowed him to continue? His legs were gone. He didn't even look remote. All he was doing was flailing on the ropes. Didn't even look remotely close, to generating the power. Even before he got hurt, the power, his right hand looked mad slow. Looking at what Junior Farr said, saying Wilder had the bicep injuries because Wilder's right hands look slow. Hands looking slow. The right hand didn't have that same zip on it like it normally does. So if you're taking into account injuries he might have had, taking into account he's getting smashed up, what is the point of Deontay Wilder continuing in that fight? Potentially having career damaging, career ending injuries and punishment. So Mark Breland, I think, did the right thing, saving Deontay Wilder from taking extra punishment. And what does Deontay Wilder do? He locked out Mark Breland from the changing room, and now he's gone on and parted ways with Mark Breland. Is Deontay Wilder wanting to surround himself with yes men? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Do you think Deontay Wilder's trying to surround himself with yes men? What do you think about Deontay Wilder parting ways with breaking news? Parting ways with Mark Breland. Did you expect this to happen? I thought that all of this has calmed down, that it's chilled now, that all this Mark Breland thing is no longer really an issue. I thought that, it calmed down, it's piped down now, that they've, Deontay Wilder seen the, the negative, not negative, that he was seeing, why Mark Breland did what he did, but it seems like he hasn't. So it's either he's got some people in his ear telling him to fire Mark Breland, or he was pretending the whole time like he's seen the error of his ways, criticizing Mark Breland for basically saving him. So Deontay Wilder parting ways with Mark Breland. So where is he gonna go from here? Has Deontay Wilder not learned, from his mistakes against Tyson Fury? Is he blaming Mark Breland for throwing in the towel? That's why he lost. If Deontay Wilder had continued that fight, would he have been able to? That's the question. Drop your comments. Do you think Deontay Wilder have been able to land the right hand? Because I didn't see it. You had an energetic, big Tyson Fury. Only God knows if we're going to be able to find it somewhere. And even if he did find the right hand and knock out Tyson Fury, he would have taken a hell of punishment. And we don't know how Deontay Wilder will even cope going in against the AJ or someone like that in future. taking so much punishment against Tyson Fury. Because some fighters, they come out victorious, but they take a hell of a lot of punishment. Muhammad Ali fighting Ernie Shavers, beat Ernie Shavers, but he took mad punishment in the process of beating Ernie Shavers. Obviously, Tyson Fury can't punch like Ernie Shavers, but Tyson Fury's got that big man power. So Deontay Wilder can't be afforded to be taking punishment when he's still 35 and he's got more things to be doing in his career. Taking punishment. You know, Mark Breland was looking out for Deontay Wilder. And how does Deontay Wilder repay Mark Breland? It's parts ways with him. So drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about Deontay Wilder parting ways with Mark Breland? Is this nonsense? Is it the right move? Is Deontay Wilder not learnt from his mistakes? Is he going to get knocked out by Tyson Fury again? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Who is Deontay Wilder going to replace Mark Breland with? Floyd Mayweather's already put out his, 2 cents out there talking about how he can brush up on Deontay Wilder's skills and get him, in shape and get him training wise to defeat Tyson Fury. Wilder's already talked about George Foreman. He's already talked about an unknown, person he wants to train or someone he wants to bring into the camp. This fight is not very far away if you really think of it. We're in October now, they're talking about it maybe in December. Once it's November, the fight is not far. Deontay Wilder making mistakes, changing things, changing trainer he's been with a long time. Was Deontay Wilder even ever listening to Mark Breland? That's another question. I'm not in the camp, you're not in the camp, we don't know what's really going on. But he's gone on and split with Mark Breland over the fact that Mark Breland threw in the towel. That is the reason why he's done it. There's no other reason, because he threw in the towel. And if Deontay Wilder can't see the reason why Mark Breland threw in the towel, just have to wait and see what happens in the trilogy. So drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about what I've said? What do you think about Deontay Wilder parting ways with Mark Breland? Is he done the right thing? Is he done the right thing? Is he doing the wrong thing? If Deontay Wilder replaces Mark Breland with a George Foreman, or even if he replaced him with a Floyd Mayweather, do you think that would have been a good move? Getting Floyd Mayweather and potentially Floyd Sr. in this camp? If he did, most people would say like that's not a bad move, If he was to get Floyd in there, get Senior in there, they'd be like, man, you got these 2 big guys in boxing, coaching, in boxing itself, in your corner against Tyson Fury. You'll be thinking this might be a good move. So just like Shelly Finkel said, you're going to have to wait and see what happens after the trilogy. If Deontay Wilder goes in there and the trilogy gets a new trainer, wins in devastating fashion, then they would say that it was a good move from Wilder. If Wilder goes in there and gets bashed up and knocked out in even worse fashion than he did in the rematch, then everybody will say he made the wrong move in getting rid of Mark Breland. So drop your comments in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, share this video, do all that good stuff. Cool.